Hello, everybody, on a Sunday. Big cold spell here in the Northeast. I wanted to do a little tie up on all the stuff you've been watching from my podcast lately about the maps. Yes, Captain Kidd's maps. Yes, Zenas map, and etc. So I want to say hello to the Scottish Wildman. I cannot see on Twitter or Facebook. I only can see on the StreamYard comment section. Hello, Henry. Hello, Mr. Nice. Got to give you guys FaceTime. Hello, Gustavo. Don't forget, I'll be on Tuesday pre-show. But just starting to warm up here in the Northeast. We go from like 25 below to 40 above. I guess the whole country's getting blasted, so I just wanted to say a couple of things here about all these maps I've been posting in the short videos and in the long videos. Like I said, for Zena's map, please see my friends at Dot to Dot, Michael Brahman, and Alaba, the Oak Island Research. They have all the technology savvy that I don't have to explain how they believe in Zena's map, and they'll explain to you why that is. So, there's many maps out there, like you've seen in my previous post, that been circulating in the Maritimes up there in Nova Scotia way before they've had Zena's map, and mostly it was all called Captain Kidd's Treasure as they went by these maps. Different maps from different people, but mostly it was Captain Kidd's Treasure, talking about that long ago. There's another map. Captain Allen's map. Is this Oak Island? Are we in the wrong island? Are we on the right island but just haven't found it yet? Is the clay, the blue clay on Oak Island, so thick and some filled with minerals that the blue clay is not given all these scans and all these seismic testings a true look at the bottom of Oak Island because of the blue clay and the density of the blue clay? Holy Muyan! Yes, Mr. Nice, we need Aaron King on this stuff, but eventually, I hope so, but we have not seen her since she presented. Hello, Dina, how are you? So these are the maps that have been circling around for many, many years. This here, as I said on my last live podcast with Judy last Wednesday, came from a reaction from Lee Lamb's book she wrote about her adventure with her family on Oak Island. Let me read this to you. This is the son of Carl Grazer. My father, Carl Grazer, died that day on Oak Island with Bob and his son Bobby. I know all the technical, historical, sensational, and traditional information. I lived it and saw it. I climbed the rocks on that beach, walked through those woods, stood beside the money pit. I watched Carl making mathematical calculations with professors to Captain Kidd's maps that I touched that he received from England. I experienced the devastation loss to family and friends. I'm looking for a more personal view one that validates these men as real people. How many times I have seen or consulted on articles, books, and movies that ended up identifying Carl as a New York financial backer, dehumanizing him and dejudging world I know since 1965. This is the son of Carl Gressner. Alrighty. And his close friendship and respect for Bob Restall. Lee's book is refreshing and very much needed in this cold, judgmental world I've known since 1965, judgmental, where people think of treasure seekers as searching for money and fame rather than intelligent men with loved ones, committed, and mechanical operations that Bob fought so overwhelmingly against during his operations, and had been conducted on the island since his accident in 1965. But the story of Oak Island and the project that Bob Restall and Carl Gressner collaborated on together is a riveting, tantalizing, and very believable endeavor that should be memorialized and separated from what happened to the island after their deaths. Hello, hobbies. I hear you, hobbies. And that was from the son of Carl Gressner, who died with Bob Restall and his son Bobby. Talking about different treasure maps that they're looking at. And his father was looking at a map from England that the son actually tested and saw. And here's another statement. Our friend Doug. This is what he said. I recently spoke with a former Kings County resident, George McGinnis, who was a direct descendant from the Daniel McGinnis of Oak Island. We talked about Oak Island, which is something we never got around doing before he moved out of the province. I was fascinated to learn that my friend's father and grandfather firmly believed that there was a treasure there. His grandfather had even dug on the island in pursuit of the treasure. His grandfather was born in 1881 and passed away in 1956. He was also like digging for the treasure on Oak Island in the same general area as Franklin Roosevelt's Oak Island treasure days in 1909. Of even greater interest was learning that George's grandfather had an old treasure map that had been passed down in his family through the years. Imagine being able to look at an old Oak Island treasure map. It was very dismay to learn that the map was lost in a house fire long ago. George says that they tried to recreate the map but never succeeded because everything changed and the landmarks were gone. This information may be supported by early accounts of the Money Pit discovery, such as A Search for Private Gold, written in 1899 by James Clarence Hyde, which specifically mentions that Daniel McGinnis had been in possession of a treasure map. Hello, Anthony. So there it is. An old treasure map that everybody was going by trying to find this treasure. There's a couple other maps. That is it the map? Is it not the map? Is it Oak Island? Is it the same thing with triangles and three dots? I leave that up to you guys to judge. I just give you the information to believe or not. Now here's the Restall map to scale, which was given to Rick by Lee Lamb and all his input, and to borrow his journals to see what's going on. Here is, of course, the Zenas map. Like I said, you see dot to dot. And Oliver at Oak Island Research to explain their theory and why they think it's 100% real. I leave that up to everybody to decide, believe it or not. And here's Doug explaining to Marty, where is this map from? They're talking about Zena's map. And it was just hand drawn, hand me down, and found inside a book from Dr. Jackson. So that's all I got. Like I said, I'll see you next Tuesday pre-show, about 6:45. Judy be with me. Next Wednesday podcast, going over Tuesday night show. Don't forget, always go forward, always be positive, be kind, get that smile going no matter how bad it is. Take care. Be safe. And bye-bye.